My name is Brad Snedden. Name of my company is Good Good, and I'm based in Austin and manufactured in Texas. The products that we produce are edible cookie dough and protein collagen cookies that are made with good flavor and good ingredients. So about 5 years ago, I was doing meal prep for my personal training clients, and I was looking for innovative ways to give them a snack in between meals. At the time, I'd been giving them almonds, and I figured there was some way that we could upgrade that. So I started innovating with putting almond flour into cookie dough, so that they could get their sweet fix and the nutrients and the proteins from the almonds. So that started my journey down using alternatives to white flour and wheat flour with almond flour into products like cookie dough and the new protein collagen cookies. For the most part, our products fit into like a paleo lifestyle. They're gluten-free, grain-free, dairy-free, soy-free, non-GMO, and the protein cookies have no whey, Jose. But really what we're going after is, yes, it does meet a lot of different dietary lifestyles, but we really want to be made with straightforward ingredients that you recognize. Well, one gap that I saw in the market was, you know how you walk into the bar category, the bar aisle, and like, let's say a Whole Foods, there's a sea full of 60 to 100 bars. And you're like, this is just sensory overload of a million different things. But then you look over at the protein cookie category, which is comprised of like 3 to 5 different brands. Essentially, what I thought of a protein cookie was a bar in a cookie form that honestly tastes a little bit better. So I started experimenting with a protein cookie, and I found that you can differentiate yourself in that huge category by having more real estate because the cookie is bigger and a different shape. So it would stand out a lot more in the sea of all the other bars. Well, I think currently what's shaping the food industry is whatever dietary trend is hitting that year or that 2 to 3 year cycle. Right now, it seems to be keto. Almost seems like that's coming to an end. It's become pretty mainstream. I really believe the future of the food industry is just real clean ingredients. It's going to take a while for us to get to conventional, but if you walk through like a natural grocery store such as Whole Foods, Sprouts, there are a lot of those products, but it is a slow transition for those products to go from natural to conventional. And I hope that can be expedited with brands like Siete, Q, that are kind of paving the way with real clean ingredients and not really deviating from their mission. I'm currently sold in the Southwest region of Whole Foods, which is Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. And in May, I'll be in Central Market, which is in Texas. That's a subsidiary of H-E-B. And plans to expand. I want to continue expanding through the natural channel, and in the near future, putting some more effort into DTC. As I've gotten more experience in the industry, it's really hard to stand on the shelf if you don't have something that looks different. I think what a lot of people like to do is they see something that's successful and they want to mimic that, but really they're just falling into the trap of looking like everybody else. So with this new packaging design, I wanted something that didn't really look like anybody else and really stood out on the shelf, just popped and made you ask yourself, whoa, what is that? I need to go and learn more about that. And it kind of fits into our brand ethos of just not taking ourselves too seriously, being fun, being personable, approachable. That's kind of what embodies the new packaging design. I've kind of crafted that messaging. I've actually done not a refresh, but I just updated the packaging that comes in a few weeks. That instead of saying just collagen cookie, now it's going to say protein packed collagen cookie. I think my approach to social is people want to be friends with people. People don't want to be friends with companies or brands. So the more you can be relatable and approachable, I think the more you're going to be able to keep people following the story. Uh, the story is a really important part, especially if you're a small company, in how people interact with the brand. And frankly, they're going to be more. They're going to be a lot easier on you if things don't go their way. If there's a shipping issue, if there's a product issue, if they like you, they're going to be more willing to be nice to you when those things go wrong, and you can figure out ways to make those wrongs rights and create some lifelong fans. Well, it seems like the world is coming back to some normalcy. So the last 4 months, we've been spending a lot of our time doing in-person events, a lot of in-store demos, just to kind of learn what the customer is thinking, what they want, how they're interacting with the product. Because the protein collagen cookies came out in November, so just learning kind of what people are thinking. I think when I created the product, I had all these different thoughts about how people were going to approach and think of the messaging and the packaging, but I was pretty wrong. I didn't realize that a lot of people don't really understand what collagen is, and it might be a little bit too forward thinking for some people. So I think I learned that it needs to be spelled out that it is a protein cookie that is crafted with collagen. So that's something that we've been focusing on a lot of learning in person. And then for where I see us in 5 to 10 years, it seems so far away. 5 years, I will have hoped to have gone through the natural channel, really learned a lot about the different facets of the business, the distribution, the marketing, eventually the fundraising, to become a conventional brand. So switching over to channels like Target, in the future, hopefully Costco, HEB, grocery stores like that. And then as for 10 years, no clue. No clue. Hopefully continuing to grow and learn.